This documentary is based on verified real events and publicly available information. Some visuals have been recreated where authentic footage is unavailable. Imagine standing in one of the coldest places on Earth. Around you, there is nothing but silence. The mystery still refuses to die. A story filled with courage and harsh nature, unanswered questions, and a search for the truth. January 1959, 10 young hikers from the Soviet Union set out on an ambitious winter expedition through the Ural Mountains.
The expedition was led by Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old engineering student respected for his leadership and outdoor skills. His team trusted him completely.
The group's destination was a mountain known locally as Kholat Syakhl. In the language of the indigenous Mansi people, its name has often been translated as Dead Mountain.
Everything about the journey seemed ordinary. They laughed together, took photographs, wrote in their journals, and enjoyed the adventure. Nothing suggested the trip would become one of the world's greatest mysteries.
As the group climbed higher into the mountains, the weather became harsher. Strong winds swept across the open slopes, and deep snow made every step more difficult.
One member of the expedition, Yuri Yudin, became ill and decided to turn back before reaching the highest mountains. At the time, it felt like a disappointment.
The remaining 9 hikers continued deeper into the wilderness. They could not know that this would be the last time anyone would see them alive.
The hikers kept detailed diaries and took photographs along the way. These records would later become invaluable to investigators trying to reconstruct their final days.
The last known photographs show the group smiling, despite the difficult conditions. Their spirits appeared high, even as the mountain tested their endurance. Then, communication stopped. Days passed, then weeks. The hikers failed to return home on schedule. At first, families assumed bad weather had delayed the expedition. Search teams were organized. Experienced rescuers, volunteers, and fellow students traveled into the mountains, hoping to find the missing group alive. After days of searching, rescues spotted something on the mountainside. A lonely tent, half buried beneath the snow. What they found next would shock investigators and puzzle the world for decades. When rescuers reached the campsite, the first thing they noticed was the tent. It wasn't complete by snow, but something was terribly wrong. The fabric had been cut open from the inside. Inside the tent, investigators found winter clothing, boots, backpacks, food, cameras, and personal belongings. Many essential items had been left behind, suggesting the group had departed suddenly. Outside, a single line of footprints led away from the campsite. The tracks suggested that several members had walked down the slope rather than run. Some appeared to be barefoot or wearing only socks. Nearly 1.5 kilometers away, beneath a large cedar tree, rescuers made their first heartbreaking discovery. The first 2 hikers were found near the tree. Evidence indicated they attempted to build a fire. Broken branches above suggested someone may have climbed the tree, perhaps searching for help. As the search continued, 3 more members were found. They lay between the cedar tree and the tent. They may have been trying to return. Weeks later, after the snow began to melt, search teams discovered the remaining 4 hikers in a nearby ravine. They had been hidden beneath several meters of snow, making them. The official investigation documented that some of these 4 hikers had suffered severe injuries. These findings became one of the aspects of the entire case and fueled decades of speculation. Over the years, countless rumors spread. They spread across books, television, and the internet. However, these stories were not supported by official evidence. One confirmed fact remained clear: extreme cold on Earth. Extreme cold, powerful winds would have made survival incredibly difficult. Investigators carefully documented every clue. They examined the campsite, interviewed witnesses, and photographs in an effort to reconstruct the expedition's final hours. Despite months of investigation, no single explanation answered every question. The mystery only grew larger as more people learned about the unusual details of the case. For decades, the Dyatlov Pass Incident became one of the world's most famous unsolved mysteries, continued searching for answers long after the original investigation had ended. Then, more than 60 years after the tragedy, modern investigators reopened one of the biggest questions. Could nature itself explain what happened?
Using computer simulations, terrain analysis, weather records, and decades of accumulated research, experts testing explanations that had never been possible in 1959.
More than 60 years later, investigators decided to take another look at the mystery.
This time, they used modern technology that simply didn't exist in 1959.
The means sync assistance in action.
Their main theory focused on a rare type of slab avalanche. Even a small avalanche could have made the hikers believe they were in immediate danger. They may have left the tent quickly, planning to return once the danger had passed. Instead, they gathered beneath a large cedar tree and tried to stay warm. Some later appeared to head back toward the tent, hoping to retrieve their supplies. Researchers believe the freezing weather played a major role in the tragedy. Over the years, countless theories spread across books, television, and the internet. Over the years, countless theories spread across books, television, and the internet. Today, most experts believe nature itself offers the strongest explanation. Extreme weather, deep snow, and impossible conditions may have changed everything. The mountain now stands as a memorial to the 9 hikers who never returned. Their story continues to inspire researchers searching for the complete truth.
What do you believe happened that night? Let us know below and subscribe to Hidden Truths for more real investigations.